Objective is to divide a polynomial by a binomial. Example, 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus x minus 3 divided by x plus 1. Your very first step is to see what you have to multiply this x by to get 3x to the third. So think of it as 3x to the third written out over x. You can cancel out an x, top and bottom, and you're left with 3 times x times x. That's 3x squared. So in other words, you have to multiply x by 3x squared to get 3x cubed. Put your 3x squared here. And now multiply that 3x squared by each of these items outside. 3x squared times x should give you exactly what you have here. So you write that down. And then 3x squared times 1 is just 3x squared. And subtract. When you subtract, this should always cancel out on the left. And then on the right, you have negative 2x squared minus 3x squared. Negative 2 minus 3 is a negative 5. And then drop what's next? Negative 5x squared plus x. Now start all over again. What do I have to multiply this x by to get negative 5x squared? Write it out as negative 5x squared over x. You can cancel out an x, top and bottom. You're left with negative 5x. So that goes right here above the x term. And then multiply negative 5x by each of these items outside and put it down here. Negative 5x times x should be exactly what's just above it. And then negative 5x times 1 is just negative 5x. Subtract, and these should cancel out. 1 minus a negative 5. 1 minus a negative 5 is 6. And drop what's next. So what do I multiply x by to get 6x? And that would be 6. So plus 6 goes there. And 6 times x is 6x. 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract, and those should cancel out. And you're left with negative 3 minus 6, which is negative 9. And just write the remainder at the top. Solution for the practice. What do I multiply x by to get 5x to the third? And that will be 5x squared. Multiply that by x plus 3 to get 5x to the third plus 15x to the second. Subtract, these cancel out, and negative 2 minus 15 is a negative 17, x squared. And drop your x. So now I have to multiply x by negative 17x to get negative 17x squared. So negative 17x goes here. Multiply to get this, and then this. Remember, this times this is what gives me this. So subtract, and these cancel out. 1 minus a negative 51 is going to be positive 52x, and drop your minus 5. I have to multiply this by 52 to get this. So plus 52 at the top, and this times these two will give me 52x minus 156, subtract, and these cancel. Negative 5 minus a negative 156 is a positive 151. I made a small mistake there. That should be plus 156. That's my fault. This here should be plus 156, so if that's the case, that's not a 151. Negative 5 minus 156 should be a negative 161. That's your final answer. Solution for the practice problem. X times 4x squared would give me 4x to the third, and then I multiply that 4x squared by the minus 2 outside, and that would be a negative 8x squared. Subtract, those cancel out, and that should be a 3 here. And then 1, right here, 1 minus a negative 8 is going to be a positive 9x squared, and drop your 3x. So now x times something should give me this, and that's going to be 9x. So put 9x here and do the multiplication of this by both of these to come up with 9x squared minus 18x. Subtract, and you'll end up with a 21x there. Drop your minus 1. This times 21 would give me 21x. So 21 goes here, 21x, and this times this is a negative 42. Subtract, these cancel. Negative 1 minus a negative 42 is positive 41, and that goes up top. Solution for the practice. We need x times 2x squared to get 2x to the third, and then also multiply that by the 5 to get 10x squared. Subtract, and these cancel out. 3 minus 10 is negative 7. And drop the minus x. Okay, so we need x times negative 7x in order to get negative 7x squared, and then multiply that by the 5 to get minus 35x, and those cancel. Negative 1 minus a negative 35 is positive 34, and then we drop down the minus 3. X times 34 would be 34x, and multiply the 34 by 5 to get 170. Subtract, and you should have a negative 173 left over.